everybody, it's Tanya here. Welcome to another video where I get to do channeling with galactics and beings from higher realms and frequencies and bring their energy into incredible paintings filled with light codes and activations for you on your spiritual awakening. And this is for you whether you identify as a light worker, and a starseed, a healer, an empath, or even if you're just starting your spiritual awakening and you're wondering what all of this stuff is all about. Thanks for being here and welcome to my channel. Today I am working with a group called the Pleiadians, and if you haven't seen the Pleiadians working with me before, you can check out here. We've done a lot of stuff together, and their energy, as always, is super upbeat. They talk really quickly. They always have a lot to say, but they're always filled with love and support, and they bring through the most incredible, vibrant, bright, colorful paintings. I just love working with them. So I hope you enjoy what they bring forward today. And before I get to the painting, I just wanted to share that I have created an online community chat group in the app Telegram, and it's called Starseed Chat with Tanya. And you can check in the description, or maybe I'll put it in the comments so that you can click on it easy. And it's a way to connect with other people that are like-minded like you in a safe space. And it's a really wonderful way to connect with others that are going through the same thing as you. So if you feel like you're not getting support and connection, and maybe not sure if the people that you work with or your family or your loved ones are sort of on the same page, and you want to explore new ideas and want to talk to other people that might have connections like you, come and join the group. It's a really cool bunch of people. Okay, so before we get to the video, thank you so much again for being here. I love you guys. I love that you come and hang out with us. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to comment if you are connecting with the work, if you have any questions, if there's anything that is feeling resonance with you. Let me know. Let everybody else know, because you never know who you might be helping simply by sharing how you're feeling in the comments. Okay, you guys, I'm excited to see what they bring forward. So let's get going, and I'll catch you at the end of the video. Bye, hey everybody. Today I've got some different colors. All the different colors, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. So I'm gonna play with the Pleiadians today. I'm gonna do a little bit of this and a little bit of this. All my brushes and my water. And I'm gonna sit down and see what we get. Do, 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 do. Hello dear ones, we are here today, as requested, a singular voice speaking for a group of the Pleiadian Council of Light, of which there are many, and we are one of the subgroups, and we are here as part of our work to bring for you support and joy, and perhaps some answers to questions that you are having on your awakening journey, for that is what you like to call it, this process where you are beginning to learn who you are, and remember, dear one, that you are a beautiful being of light, just having some fun as a human in this existence. And we know that there are many of you that are trying to figure out what you like to call your galactic origins. Are you Pleiadian? Are you Arcturian? Are you Hathor? Are you something else? Oh, there are so many choices, and we encourage you to play in the energies, to play in all of the different information that is out there. But ultimately, dear one, your role here is not for some starseed mission. Your role here is not to be focused on saving the earth and the plants and the animals and all that goes along with that. Now that of course is a joy for you that you can participate in, and many of you came here to do that, but that is not the sole reason to be here. The sole reason to be here is to experience and to see that there are so many things to play in. Many of you have decided that you are pursuing this journey as a way to increase your experience as a soul and to bring that information back to other souls that you may know. And those souls are called your soul family, and they may be living another existence as another being as what you would consider the same time. There may be some here on Earth at the same time as you, but mostly there are many in multi-dimensional and higher realities. Now again, these are simply names that you have put on the different resonance and frequencies, again, more names that you call it, but of the light, the different representations of the light in all its incarnations. For you see, this is only one universe, my friend, only one where you get to experience all of these different joys and experiences and things to play in. And to remember, as we love to say, as all of us who like to speak with Tanya as a conduit, we love to say this because this is partially her as well, you know, but to know that there is no such thing as a bad experience. The experience is simply an experience, one that you could not have if you were not on the earth plane at this time. So do not take it all so seriously, dear one. If you were feeling sad or lonely or frustrated or irritated, if you are feeling like nobody understands and that you have to go through a very difficult time, all of this is part of the plan. All of this is part of your role of being a bringer of light into this density. You see? And as you bring your light, more around you are lit up and they get turned on themselves. So you know there are all of these terms like lightworker and wayshower and starseed and galactic heritage and friends. And all of this is all part of the journey. And so this is for you to explore and to enjoy, but also, again, to remember that if things feel difficult, if you have times where you don't understand what is happening, or you are frustrated, or you feel that those around you do not understand, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your relationships, and you want them to come with you, and you want them to understand what you were going through, remember that your journey is your own. And your journey is allowed to be up and down. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong, dear one. Oh no, oh no. You are doing it perfectly right. You are doing it as you. And that is the joy of the human experience. That is the joy of bringing forward your light. Do you see? You are bringing your light, your experience, which indeed translates into energy. And the energy, as you perceive it, is frequency, vibration. Simply like a sound wave, where you see the waves going up and coming down, going up and coming down. And does the light feel worse when it has the bad experiences and only feels like it should be up? Oh no, it must have the up and the down. That is what makes it the light. And it is the same with you, dear one. So enjoy those experiences. Live them to the fullest. And when you are completed, you can let them go and move on. And this is part of the journey of the starseed and the light worker. This is part of the journey of the awakening. You step through all of these moments. For you see, in order to embrace the light, you must have the dark. And to have the dark, there is the light. Do you see how this gives you a hope at the end of the tunnel, you might say? That if you are having a dark experience, you are capable of having the same in the light. So do not begrudge those moments where it is difficult. Learn from them, enjoy them, and then let it go, knowing that it is transient and that you will move into the periods of light again. And how does this translate for you on your day-to-day, dear one? It can look like a feeling when you are brand new to this experience, being confused and overwhelmed and frustrated, for there is so much information, so much, and we encourage you to go and search and find what it is there. But you see that this activates in you this need to learn more, and in learning more, you begin to trust yourself. And so this is another journey that you might be experiencing. You are learning to trust who you are, to remember who you are, to trust your intuition, to trust your heart, your inner knowing, to use discernment. And what is discernment? It is simply a matter of discovering what choices are available and choosing that which is right to you. You don't have to be told what to do. You do not need a guru. You do not need to follow anybody. You can be interested and learn and then move on if it does not feel right. That is using your choice. That is your free will. That is your discernment, to decide what works for you and then to move on if it no longer works.
It does not have to come with all these darker emotions like fear and shame or worry and anxiety. Oh no, none of this. You can move to where you wish to move, from one to the next to the next. And that is part of this journey. You see? And so you begin to learn your intuition. You begin to learn who you are and remember that you have choices. And as you do that, you move to the next stage. And oh, just like all these funny cartoons say that you love to share on your internet. Oh, spiritual guides. Oh, higher self. Oh, universe. Oh, this and oh, that. I thought everything was good and clear and wonderful and up. And then what happens? You give me more. And then I fall into this hole again. Why am I in this hole again? I don't understand. You see, this is part of the process. You have to go through the harder times to learn what it's like on the other side. And why is that? Because you can take that information and use it to help others. You see? Simply by being you and having that experience, you are helping others. Or you can use it as a healer and a teacher with intention and help those who are about to go through what you have gone through. Do you see? This is how it works, step by step by step. You all are helping each other to lift up your vibration, to lift up the consciousness of your planet, and up and up and up. For you see, many years ago, Lady Gaia, the earth that you are working with, her energy, her entity that you are residing on, because you know you are together, the human body, the vessel that you are joyful enough to be able to enjoy, comes from her and goes back to her. So you see, you are connected. Many of you forget that. Many of you forget that you are connected to the nature and the earth and all that is here, all of the intangibles, the noble airs and the gases, the minerals, the crystals. You are part of all of it, the animals and the plants and the mycelium. And you see, this list goes on and on and on and on. And you are connected to that, for you come from it and you go back. And you are simply having a little journey with your soul in the human body. And it gives you this opportunity to play and to try all these things. Do you see? Do you follow with us along this path? And so you are on this awakening and you remember who you are and you begin to understand that you have control in your choices and that you have the free will to do as you wish and to move from one experience to another. And then things get very, very difficult again. And sometimes you go through a period called the dark night of the soul. And oh, dear humans, oh, the drama, the dramatics of it all. You love to be so dramatic. And yes, it is difficult. And yes, it is hard. Oh, it is so hard, so challenging. But again, you come through this stage. And then you move on to the next stage. And the next stage is wondering what you are connected to. So you have let go of all these difficult things. You have discovered that you have the freedom to move forward. You have discovered that you are an independent and sovereign being. And although those around you might not be understanding what you are going through, you get to do this on your own. And if they wish to have such a journey, they get to do it on their own. Because you see, it reminds you of how strong you are, of how independent you are, and how much you are able to do this. And then when you have that self-confidence and that ability to remember who you are, that is where things start to get fun and exciting. And you begin to work with others and community and lifting the consciousness with intention. And you begin to work on yourself and your self-worth and your self-love. And it begins to shift and move. And then you begin to feel more strong and confident. And then guess what? Oh, ha, ha, ha. Then comes another hole and you fall into that hole and everything becomes challenging again. And you get to pull yourself up and out of it again. And perhaps at this stage, you have decided that you have all this information and you are so excited by it that you need to tell everybody and they need to be coming with you and you need to teach them and preach them and show them all this information and tell them that there is a one true way. But again, this is a stage, and eventually you will see that this is your journey. It is about you. It is not for you to tell others what to do. It is for you to share who you are. And sometimes it is connecting with them, and sometimes it is not. And you begin to see that you can simply observe. And this is another stage of your awakening, seeing that you are an observer. And it is for them to have their own journey, and for them to decide what they wish to do next. And it will give to you a sense of freedom that you have perhaps not had in your human life. For you understand that you have control of you. It does not matter what others think. It does not matter what others do. You get to control your own experience. And how delightful is that? And you see, this is the stepping stones into the awakening process. And then you are moving forward and ascending into a higher vibration, a higher timeline. Again, we always remind that higher does not mean it is better. It is simply a different resonant frequency, one where are different experiences available to you. In these higher dimensional frequencies, there is more a relationship to the light, where you have used these, what many have called psychic senses. And so suddenly you have the ability to sense what you had not seen before, to feel the unseen, perhaps see the unseen, to perhaps communicate in a way that is not what you are used to, not verbally and not physical, perhaps through energy and telepathy. And to feel that there are less of the lower level emotions that you consider difficult and challenging and hard, and more of the higher, the lighter, the brighter. Do you see? So again, you are moving into, again, to use the analogy of a light form, you are moving into a light form where there is not so many high, high, high and low, 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 but it is beginning to be a smaller waveform, a higher vibration. And there is less lows, more highs, to use it as an analogy for the human emotion. Less difficult human emotion, more higher emotion. And you say, I do not know that I understand what you are saying, Pleiadians. Can you give a simpler example? Of course, a very simple example. Many of you love to talk about the latest and greatest, and for many of you these years it has been the 5D, the fifth dimension, which is really just a way of explaining a different way of being. One that you are shifting into and out of all the time. You may notice these moments where you suddenly realize that you have felt very good, very positive, very happy, lifted up. Things are going your way. You are rolling with things. You are feeling creative. You have a lot of energy. You are feeling positive. You are feeling very comfortable with who you are and where you are in your life. And suddenly you become conscious of this, and you might become self-conscious and wonder, oh, how did that happen? What did I do to get here? Well, this is simply you shifting into a different vibration. This is simply that moment where perhaps you have been doing something that you love and you realize that time has disappeared for you. It doesn't feel the same as when, let's say you are at an appointment and you're very frustrated, you're anxious about getting some news from your health practitioner, and you have been waiting and you are finding that time seems to be moving slowly, and every time you look at the clock it seems like it is not moving. Now compare that to doing something that you love. Perhaps you're at the ocean or in the forest, you're gardening, or you're doing a puzzle, whatever it is that you love to do. And you look up at the clock and oh my goodness, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours have gone by and it feels like no time has moved. And that is because you have shifted into a higher vibration. And in these higher vibrations, where there are less available of density, so less dense emotions like the lower level emotions, but also a different construct is agreed upon, and in this place time moves differently. It becomes not so much of an energy that is a focus, for you see, time is a human construct in order for many agreements on how this matrix experience is going to happen. Time is simply one of them, again like gravity or blue sky, which we have spoken of earlier. You see? So this is how it works. This is an example of how you are shifting from one dimensional timeline to another. One dimensional frequency to another. You see? And they are all together moving like that. And this is what you are doing in this ascension journey. Do you see? So there it is. We hope this has explained the process for you. We are delighted to be here. We are going to say that we love you very, very much. We hope that you enjoy our energy coming through this transmission, and also into the beautiful art that we are co-creating with Tanya, and of course the light codes that we love to bring forward, which help to anchor in this energy for you, to remember who you are, to look upon these codes, and to have the vibration and frequency of what we have been speaking about earlier. Do you see? Ah, there it is. All right, and so we shall say goodbye, and do not forget, dear ones, that you can always call upon us if you would like. Simply call upon us, the Pleiadians, and we shall be there to speak with you. Thank you very much. We will see you next time. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Another great painting with the Pleiadians, and what an incredible message. I just loved it. If it resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget, if you sign up for my newsletter, you get 10% off your first print in my shop. Okay, you guys, we'll catch you next time.